in Philadelphia. Because is it a coincidence that every time there's a huge event like the Super Bowl, people needing big prizes, you know, people needing to be recognized, this, that, and the other, every time there's something big, a presidential election, and you have crazy weather associated with it that isn't consistent with the season, you have, you know, some crazy weird snowfall, you know, in May or, you know, and maybe it has to do with primaries, you know, that it actually can be seen here in Philadelphia over the past 3 or 4 years. I'm like, that is kind of weird. It reminds me of Demon Camp, the book, because I'm wondering if there's something to it, or like, who's at the helm of the universe? Like, what's going on? So coming out here helped me remember, because yesterday I was like, what's going on today? What's going on? I said this all day yesterday because I'm incredibly angry. Here, this is perfect. I've had over 110 oranges. Well, actually I'm 107 right now. 107 of these oranges with dark chocolate hummus over the past 2 weeks and 3 days. I don't eat peels. I get the cheaper, that could be what's going on. I had to eat so many oranges that it's better just to stay inside, if you know what I mean. Fascists. So anyway, I got the Good and Gather clementines, or mandarins, they would be called. There is a difference. One has seeds, one generally does not have seeds. One is sweeter, one is, I looked this all up. And anyway, the mandarins, I had Good and Gather because they've been on sale a couple times for $3.99, or normally they're like $4.29. I dip them in dark chocolate hummus, and I'm up to 107. There are 3 left, and then I would have to get another bag. So I'm on like an orange fast, but with dark chocolate hummus. And the dark chocolate hummus is non-GMO certified, so I am happy about that. So, you know, it's a way to get in stuff that you don't normally get in. I'm wondering if there's something to what was said in Demon Camp. So what I hear is Jennifer Percy, who is, you know, she wound up also covering the Boston Marathon trial way back in the day. She might have hoped that that book did a little bit better than it did. It's a certain type of book. I know it was cut a certain way, like it was on the small square side, as I recall, or I'm trying to remember. I loved it because things that came up in the book resembled what I experienced. And it's like, I know it's not psychological because I'm actually just a normal, quiet person. I might be highly sensitive. That's not a mental illness. That's actually something that society needs more of. The reason Big Pharma is so big is because people have to cope by taking so many drugs because of a more fascist society. I actually believe that. Or attitudes or of certain types of people who really don't understand how the world is. I think this is a client of mine sometimes. Anyway, we coveted him, so anyway, he knows horses going on. Okay. So anyway, one game that you don't want to be a target of is horse. From what I hear, it's not well known in society. It's kind of on the down low, and it might be political. Police are involved, politicians are involved. It's a very dirty game. Oh look, there's 4 decorated horse here, 250 a barking dog. So 250 South 17th. Seen this guy around? I haven't seen him in a while. He's usually up at Palomar, up on Sansom and 17th. So anyway, I totally resonated with and totally understood and got many things that were going on in the book. What she did really well, which I think is interesting, is I kind of wonder how it's done. She was able to create the voice of the person, what kind of protects people maybe all around. I see it as protection, but there's a certain voice that went along with the guy who returned from Afghanistan, and it's in the realm of, you know, it's in a certain type of realm where you kind of don't want to identify with him. In a way, it protects people who might say, like, that's how I see it. It's like, well, I'm not like him, but I have experienced what he's talking about. but I'm a different person. I can tell by the voice that she wrote in the book that represents him. In a way, it could be helpful. Sadly, people have to hide. There are people who will quickly want to demonize innocent people or make them out to have a mental illness when they don't. I actually don't believe in mental illness. I actually believe the mentally ill are the people who are overly demanding, overly charging, overly punishing, overly accusatory. It's hard to explain. It's like they don't consider all the things going on, and they quickly want to jump on someone, a scapegoat or what have you, to take blame. Like, that's how I see the worst part of society and the people who cause a lot of problems for normal people who do kind of wonder, like, I kind of wonder what's going on there. Like, I feel bad for most people are sensitive to some degree. It is human nature to be like, well, why are there so many homeless? And then, like, why can't we provide better for everyone? Because it's kind of gross, and lots of dignity is lost by having to be on the streets and being forced. Some people are actually forced on the streets. You'd be surprised. And they're not drug addicts, and they're not mentally ill. But maybe they worked for an outfit that cultivated mental illness by having employees who are willing to pick on one person. I've worked for several companies where that's happened. It's like, this is weird because I'm just sitting here doing my job and they got to keep playing games. And that's freaking me out. So then my solution would be, maybe I can find freelance work and leave the office. A lot of people run away from office spaces, where some people all out get fired. You see news people who wind up on News Nation when they were on CNN or, MSNBC before. What happened? Bad behavior at the... And who's at fault? You can't tell, really, in real life. But anyway, that's it. Demon Camp, a totally awesome book. I loved it. It's because I understood something about what was going on there. I wasn't thrilled about the psychological bent, because it's like, what if you're totally normal and people need you to look psychologically unstable for their own agenda? That would suck for you, right? Okay, so have a great day. Thank you, Jennifer Percy. Totally awesome book for a good read over the winter. If anyone wants to check it out, it's not that expensive. You can always go to thrift books, but it's not that expensive to begin with. So, but it's well worth the read because it kind of shows gang stalking stuff kind of going on somewhere, and can weather be related to it? So anyway, okay, have a great day.